Well, welcome to June's garden tour, and it is a little bit late in June. It's now the 27th of June at the time of recording this, and by the way, the chickens are making so much noise today, and I don't know why, but they are. And well, yeah, potatoes. Hello. The potatoes are brilliant. Main crop, Desiree, as you know. There is a couple of things that I've done to the potatoes since you last saw them. One of them things is I've added this watering system to it. Basically, there's pipes that run all the way around here, and I just put the water in this bin, and it then sprinkles out as a drip system or as a very light water onto the soil, so that it can penetrate through the soil and get down to the roots. And I feel like it's hugely important to make sure that your potatoes have water at this stage, because at this stage they're basically making them potatoes just, you know, bulking them up basically. I also had to put these posts in, or these sticks, because and they've got string running through them, because these all started to flop over, and I wanted to make sure that they stayed upright, because I want them to stay as strong as possible for the longest time possible, to create the most tubers and the biggest tubers as well. So yeah, the onions. These onions, as you know, I planted a bit early. They went through a frost, and they've started to flower. Now I'm just going to leave them to flower. We've got red ones flowering, and we've got white ones flowering. Now the white ones, this is the most advanced one, let's say, and it is so strong, really strong. So I'm just leaving these to flower. I'm going to collect the seeds. Some of them I'm going to harvest and use as the onion itself, but obviously it's not going to be as big and as strong as a regular onion. Also in here I added a couple of runner beans, and I don't know whether these are gone in late, but I just popped them in as there was a little bit of free space here, and I thought, well, we'll go ahead and pop them in. And I actually put in 8 runner beans in here, and only 2 of them has come up. So we'll just have to see what we get out of them, and it's a bit of an experiment. Also in here there's a cucumber plant. Now this cucumber plant I just had left over, so I thought, well, I'll just stick it here just in case of it, you know, does well. So I had a bit of a new addition, and this is a Brussels sprout. Now this Brussels sprout plant was small in a pot, and I didn't really have nowhere to put it. So I harvested the potatoes out of these pots. There was this pot, and this pot. Now these all got black spot, and so I harvested them pretty much as soon as I could, pretty much. And yeah, I'll show a little bit of that on screen now. Hey ho, it's the first time this year that I've harvested some potatoes. Not because I want to yet, but because I have to. And the reason why is because these have got blight. And oh, there's another one. Oh, I feel some more. Hopefully. Thanks for watching. Yeah, I'll show a little bit of that on screen now. But anyway, once I'd harvested them, I then went ahead and thought, well, what can I put in next? So I went ahead and put a Brussels sprout in this one here. And in these ones, I went ahead and put some radishes, because I attempted to grow some radishes in the polytunnel, and well, it didn't go so well. The radishes turned out to just go to seed instantly, and so that was a mistake I made, but maybe that I won't make again. Yeah, I don't know whether it's because I grew them in a polytunnel, or whether it is because I planted them a little late, or whether it's, I'm not entirely sure what it was, but they didn't go to plan. So yeah, but these ones are looking a bit better, and I'm just hoping they actually bulb up as a radish rather than going straight to seed. Well, these potatoes as well have got also a little bit of black spot, so I'll be harvesting those pretty soon as well, and then ones in the potato bags. Now I have actually managed to uncover one of the potatoes in the potato bags when I was watering it. Thankfully I noticed it because I put some more soil over the top. But then potatoes in the potato bag are actually not too bad of size. Yeah, which I'm pretty chuffed about. but these will be harvested very, very soon. We've got quite a few potatoes. We had some lovely chips last night, made from the homegrown potatoes. We've had salad potatoes from the homegrown potatoes, and yeah, the salad potatoes is a really nice way to eat them because you can really taste the flavour. And the potato variety that I grew, which we first had, and the second ones that we had, which I harvested, you'll see in a minute, and they were really, really tasty, really earthy taste, really, really nice. Oh yeah, elephant garlic. How could I forget? It's not doing too well. I don't know why, but the top snapped off. This one snapped off. It's not doing too good. Ugh. I don't think I'm going to be growing any elephants this year. Right, well, I don't know if you've noticed, but I've meshed this strawberry bed. And as soon as I saw the strawberries starting to form, I made this little frame up and just put some mesh over the top, just to stop birds and that from getting them. Now, I have had some beautiful strawberries off of here. I like to let them ripen absolutely perfectly. You know, I don't like picking them underripe, and having the net on allows you to let them ripen on the plant fully and then take them off, and they are absolutely delicious. The amount of juice that comes out of homegrown strawberries and just the taste is amazing. So I'd highly suggest that you plant some strawberries if you haven't already, and they take such minimal effort to grow. It's just, I think the most tedious thing, to be honest, was, well, apart from making the bed and filling it up, was probably just netting it. You know, putting the plants in is not hard. So yeah, I'd suggest you plant some strawberries. You might be surprised at what you get. I'm definitely surprised. These are first year plants, and at the moment I've had about 6 strawberries, and I know it don't sound a lot, but they're very, very big strawberries and tasty as well. So it's a nice little addition to when I come out here, do a little bit of work in the garden, which I pretty much do every day, and have a nice strawberry at the end of it. So yeah. Just real quickly, these blueberry bushes, I mean, they're green and they're looking kind of healthy. As you can see, they are extremely small, so I don't know, I'm just going to wait. I think in the winter I'm going to pop them in the polytunnel just for a little bit of insulation, let's say. Maybe a bit of warmth when the sun come out. But yeah, they are the blueberry bushes. I won't bore you too much with the shallots, so here's a clip of the shallots. They're just behind here. Expansion, expansion, expansion. I don't think you saw this bed last time I done the garden tour last month. So I've done a bit of an expansion and I've added this bed to the garden, and what it's got in it is pepper plants at the moment. It's got a couple of tomato plants up there, which I'll show you in a second, and it's got some it's actually got some spring onions that I just put in as a little bit of an experiment, just to see if they'd have enough time to grow somewhat big enough to eat. But yeah, this is these are these are the pepper plants. I think they're doing really well. There's a mouse hole there, but yeah, pepper plants, happy days. There's 2, 4, 6, 7, and we've got a few more in the polytunnel. This potato bed is just coming up in numbers. Really green, really healthy, brilliant stuff. Can't wait to harvest these. I reckon it's going to be a pretty big harvest. Quite a few plants here. The experimental leftover plant bed. This is what I call this bed. And basically it's just the leftover plants that we had and we had to put somewhere because we just didn't have room for them. And we've got some, well, I've got to try and remember now. This is a Brussels sprout plant here. This is a broccoli plant. Broccoli, Brussels sprout, broccoli, Brussels sprout or broccoli. I don't know. Brussels sprout and broccoli. We've got some peppers here again, 4 peppers. This one's getting a bit drowned from this plant here, so it's just all a bit of an experiment. We've got a row of beetroot at the end there. We've got some celery here, which I'm hoping will do really well. Quite like celery. So yeah, gave that a little bit more room, but hey ho, we'll have to see how it does. Some more beetroot here. This stuff's doing a bit better than the stuff over there, but it has got a little bit more room, so there we go. And we've got the leeks up here. Yeah, well, the moment you've all been waiting for, let's go take a look at the experimental potatoes in wood chip. Here's the potatoes in wood chip. Just a little sneak peek. Now, they're growing. They are growing. But they're a bit spindly. And I don't really know what to expect. I've done this thing where basically we had some potatoes indoors that were chitting. And so I thought, well, where do I put them? I quickly popped them just down here in a row in the ground. And them ones have come up way quicker than I thought. I can't even remember when I put them in. I just literally just popped them in, not really expecting anything, but yeah, they're in anyway, and they're growing. So, but yeah, these are the main things that we're interested in. So, it'll be interesting to see what they come out like when I harvest them. If they're going to be tiny, if there's going to be anything there. There might not be any potatoes, but who knows? We'll see. Larry, what do you think you're doing around my sweet corn? Sorry, Larry's trying to eat my sweet corn, I think. Well, talking about sweet corn, this is the sweet corn. And, well, I thought this was going to be a variety that grows very tall. However, I mean, it's not very tall, is it? I guess it's maybe like a mini plant that grow big cobs, hopefully. However, I really don't know. But yeah, the sweet corn is doing well so far. Let's just hope that it pollinates well and create all those lovely cobs that we're used to eating. I did go ahead and put an experimental cucumber in here as well, because I heard that you can grow cucumbers underneath the sweet corn. So I thought, well, we've got an extra cucumber plant, so why not stick it underneath? And so the cucumber plant is right here, and it's doing well. I'll make sure to give it plenty of mulch when the cucumbers start to come on it. Now I'm just going to sort of train this to go around the bed, and yeah, just again, another little experiment. By the way, these onions are doing quite well as well. Just grown next to the sweet corn, as you can see. But some of them are starting to bulb up quite a bit now. Some of them are not doing so well. And some of them have tried to flower again, which is really annoying me. I don't know why. But there's only one here that started to flower. And I did put these ones in later than the ones that are flowering over there. So, hey ho. Yeah, I guess we'll find out if they've done very well or not, but I can see some bulbing up. Also, there's a couple of cauliflowers here that I kind of, I haven't forgot about them, but I didn't really have anywhere to pop them. I might pop them in the polytunnel and just leave them and see what happens. See if they can sort of grow through the winter a little bit. Or grow before the winter. Everybody's favourite, it's polytunnel time. Let's do it. By the way, there's a lot that's going on in here. So let's go. Well, just real quick, I want to just say a big thank you to the 2 people who sent a donation towards my camera that I've managed to buy now. And the money that was given to me for that has gone ahead and gone towards it. And I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much to Anonymous and Anonymous. I really appreciate you. Thank you very much. Anyhow, the tomatoes. Well. All I can say is they've gone a bit nuts. We have some tomatoes. We have quite a few tomatoes actually. I have a feeling we're going to get so many tomatoes. I feel like we're going to get too many tomatoes actually. But yeah, there's some weird growths on here. There's some there's this giant clump of flowers over there, just huge. The clump is like massive, and I really feel as though I should take some off of it, but I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna experiment. I mean, we've got enough tomatoes, so it's fine. Just leave it, experiment, you know. But yeah, these are just, they're growing so big that I've had to take the tops off of them to prevent them from growing anymore. That's a good little tip to anyone that's new to growing tomatoes, especially in like a polytunnel like this. Just take the tops off, and that just prevents them from growing any higher. Just like that, just break the tops off, and boom. And it also allows them to put all their energy into these fruits that they've got. So I usually let around about 3, maybe 4 vines of tomatoes on each plant, maybe even 5, just depending on how it goes. But yeah, these are, I don't know what the hell happened to some of these, but we do have some tomatoes, which is brilliant. Happy days. Just a quick little thing also, I'm watering these tomato plants about once every 2 days at the moment because it's really warm. And the reason why I'm doing it once every 2 days, not once every day, is because I've mulched them, which means that they don't need water every single day because the water can be held into the soil for longer. By the way, the beetroot that is in the middle here, there's a row of beetroot in the middle. I've harvested around about 3 of the beetroot, and I think the rest are ready to harvest. So I'll be harvesting them very, very, very soon, probably within the next couple of days. And I made them into some pickled beetroot, which there's some photos on the screen now of me making the pickled beetroot, or of the jars and the beetroot itself. And yeah, it turned out really nicely. I haven't tried the beetroot yet. You've got to leave it for at least a couple of weeks before you try it. But it was very, very easy to make, and I might possibly make a little tutorial on how to make your very own pickled beetroot at home with a homemade beetroot, or homegrown beetroot, sorry. Can't make it. I mean, you can make beetroot after you've grown beetroot, but yeah. Well, just to go over everything real quickly in this bed, we've got the garlic still in, haven't harvested it yet. We have the carrots. Now, I've never ever grown carrots before. I've tried to grow carrots before, but they got destroyed by carrot fly. So, I don't really know when to harvest them. So, I'm just sort of, I'm a bit on the edge on when to harvest as yet. I've read a few things, and there's a lot of different ways to be able to tell. And I think what I'm going to do is just go simply look at the variety of the carrot and just see how long it takes to grow. And then hopefully, I'm hoping that I wrote it in my little book. Now I have a little book that I try and write everything that I plant and when in, so that I know when I planted it. It's a really good thing to do, and I suggest you do it too, because it allows you to be a bit more organised and understand what's going on in the garden at different stages, so then you know what time to plant next year and that sort of thing. The onions are doing really good. Some of them at the back are not doing so well. Like I said, some of them folded over, and I'm not entirely sure why, but it's just, it's all onions. All extra produce, isn't it? Some of these front onions are doing a bit better than the back ones. Again, I'm watering these probably once, maybe twice a week, depending if it's really hot or not. The Carolina Reaper plants, I'm saying plants because they haven't got a flower on yet, but the Carolina Reaper plants are doing good. They're a very long, slow growing, crop, because they're so hot. I just grew them for a bit of fun, if I'm being perfectly honest. They're probably too hot to eat. I've got some cayenne peppers here. I think that's how you say it. Again, chilies. I think around about 60,000 Scovilles. And just to put it in perspective, Carolina Reaper is 2.2 million Scoville's the world's hottest chili, so I just want to say that I've grown the world's hottest chili basically. And here are the cucumbers. The cucumbers have just shot up like crazy. I'll just keep winding them round the string here. There's a bit more string. Just keep winding these cucumbers around. Again, just a couple of cucumbers in here, but at the end of the video I'm going to be showing you my mum's cucumbers plants, and they are looking really good. Where are the potato plants gone? They've been harvested. The potatoes have been harvested, and I did record it, and here's some of the footage of that now. Well, it is June the 14th, and that means that the first early potatoes are pretty much ready to harvest. Just like that. And would you look at that? Wow, that is huge. That's the first early potato. That is massive. I think the beetroot has done too well behind all this leafy growth. I'm not gonna lie, harvesting those potatoes was extremely fun, and I really enjoyed growing them as well. And as you could see, I did not expect the the amount and of potatoes there was. There was just so many, and also the size. They were extremely big, and I didn't like, the ground wasn't that moist when I was digging them up, so again it just shows you that potatoes are an easy crop to grow, and they obviously loved the heat in here and everything. They've done really well. Okay, so here I've got carrots. This mesh is over here to stop the carrot fly. These carrots are going well and smoothly. They are I don't know how many weeks old, probably around about 3, I'd say. And yeah, they're doing good. They're growing, so that's the main thing. But I'm just hoping that they'll be ready by the end of the season. Obviously winter is coming up, so yeah. Well, here's something that I didn't really expect to be growing, but I am giving it a try, and that's because we went into a garden centre. And when I saw it, I thought, well, I absolutely love eating them, so I'm going to go ahead and get one, and that is the good old melon. Now, I've probably planted this a little late. I don't know how quick they grow, but it is in the polytunnel, and it is just, again, an experiment. Didn't cost me much to buy, and it is Sweetheart variety of melon, and I am, well, I'm quite excited, to be honest. If it does grow melons, happy days, because I really, really, really enjoy melon. It's going to be so good. I'm definitely going to grow melon next year. If this one doesn't grow, I'll be putting it in earlier, starting it earlier, and really going for it. Well, at first glance, you're probably like, what on earth has happened to this bed? But the leeks are here, and the leeks are growing. I don't know whether they're fully grown yet or not. Apparently when the leaves go less green, like when they're not as dark green, then that means they're fully grown. But they're still really, really dark green, so I'm guessing that they're still growing. So I'm just going to leave them be until the leaves go a little bit less green. What is this? This is radish gone to seed. And the reason why I've left my radish to go to seed is because I just want to collect the seeds. And also, I was planning on eating this radish and just letting a couple of the plants go to seed, but it turns out I've let more than a couple go to seed because they all just went to seed instantly. So I thought, well, I'll just collect a load of radish seeds, and that means I can grow more next year. Well, I've gone ahead and popped some more lettuce in here because we ate all of the lettuce that was previously in here, and it was just amazing being able to just come out here, pick ourselves a salad or our salad leaves, and just go ahead and eat them. Now these ones are taking a little bit longer to grow because we did put them in as smaller plants, so we just got to wait, and as soon as they start growing a tiny little bit bigger, we'll go ahead and start to harvest just the outer leaves, and we'll just keep harvesting the outer leaves until the plant gets old and can no longer give us outer leaves anymore. We've got a few more lettuce plants planted here in the hopes that I can grow some lettuce in here in the winter. That's what I want to do. and I am going to be giving that a good shot this year. Also, by the way, the peas which are surrounding here haven't done very well at all. I think next year I'm going to focus more on peas growing outside, as they haven't done, like I said, well in here at all this year. So yeah, ain't going to grow peas in the polytunnel, I don't think. And if I do, I'll make a dedicated area for them rather than just cramming them in around the back of a bed. Well, Mum's cucumber plants, aren't they doing just amazing? And yeah, I built this frame. Me and my mum built this frame for her cucumber plants, and they're doing extremely well. And the funny thing is that this cucumber plant here was actually the main one. It was growing really tall, really quickly. And then this one back here, in fact, this one has now taken over and has sped up and grown way quicker than this one. But they're looking real good, and I can't wait to have a nice juicy cucumber to come off these plants. Really exciting. And there are actually some cucumbers forming on it right now. Take a look at that bad boy right there. Absolutely coming along nicely. Not huge, but is coming along. I'm hoping these are some big cucumbers. Here's another one, cucumber. Well, hey ho, it's the end of the June garden tour, and it is sort of the end of June. I do apologise for the late upload. However, I've got it out in time, so don't complain. No, I'm joking. But yeah, everything's going well. A little bit of a shame on the potato blight, but again, it doesn't matter. We'll get some tasty potatoes out of it. So, hey ho, there we go. These potatoes are doing well, so happy days, and pretty much everything else. I'm planning on expanding the garden next year. Stay tuned for that. That'll be hopefully really good. Big expansion. Big expansion, actually. So, yeah. But yeah, I really appreciate you so much for watching. Also, big thank you to the 2 people that donated towards the camera, which is right there. I really appreciate it. It makes these videos so much better and keeps the quality looking real good. So thank you so much. Really appreciate it. But anyway, again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out the videos on the screen right now, and goodbye.